Right, a minute out here. A minute out in this second race. Best back runner is Flash in the Dark, resuming for Keith Dryden and Rachel Hunt here. She's got a great fresh record. She's had 2 starts first up, won them both. And resumes from a spell here again today. Stolen Time about to come up. Therese has gone in. Tides of Fortune alone with you. And Agami still out with Broadway Diamond. 380 the best they bet about. Flash in the Dark now 280, been solidly backed. Last preparation she had form around horses like the Big Rig and Bank on Henry when she won, and she sat 3 deep the trip there back in September and beat those horses. So in a benchmark 55 here, if she returns in good order, she should be very hard to beat. Thanks, Dave. I quite like this filly as a horse, Flash in the Dark. When she won her last preparation, she sat 3 wide on the speed and was too good for the Big Rig and Bank on Henry. Admittedly, Bank on Henry was stiff in that race, but he'd be running a short favourite in this class of race. And she's 2 out of 2 fresh. This is her about to come in now with Rachel Hunt on board today. She looks like she's developed a bit too with the spell. And Keith Dryden thought enough of her to run her in town in a highway race last prep. So she looks to have a bit of upside. They get her on the move now, linking arms behind Flash in the Dark. She just pulls away or digs the toes in at that first attempt. They're just trying to coax her up into the gates here. So she's just a bit reluctant about going forward at the moment. Flash in the Dark just a little bit unsure of it first up. Now Rachel elects to dismount and they bring her in riderless, and that looks to have done the trick. Anagami will be the last forward, race number 2. Flash in the Dark, a well-tried favourite, backed into 280. Therese has been easy in the market. Set to go. They're racing. Stolen Time half stumbled shortly after the gates open. It's back last. Flash in the Dark a bit worse than midfield. Therese flew the gates and leads Anagami when they hit the ground, showing a bit of speed. The inside was Alone with You to be prominent. Broadway Diamond next from Flash in the Dark. Then came Tides of Fortune, and Stolen Time is last of all. Running to the side of the track, and Therese leads them here, 500 to go, out by 3/4 on Anagami. Behind those runners then was Alone with You from Broadway Diamond. Flash in the Dark back third to last, rounding the turn from Tides of Fortune, and Stolen Time last. Into the straight, Therese led at the 350 from Anagami. Next in the run there, back behind them was Alone with You. Flash in the Dark's been pulled to the outside, but still with work to do. Therese the leader, 150 to go from Anagami. In behind them, Alone with You looking for a split, but they still haven't got to Therese. 100 out, there's no Flash in the Dark. Therese is gripping on bravely to the lead, and Therese will run them into the ground. Beat home Alone with You, Anagami. 4th home, Tides of Fortune. Flash in the Dark, never likely at all. Next home was Broadway Diamond, and last in Stolen Time. It's led all of the way here, Therese. She's in good form, bolted in last start down at the Sapphire Coast, and has led all of the way, controlled the race. A lot of the speed was taken out of that once Stolen Time missed it. It was one of the pace influences in the race. It seemed to stumble after the barriers opened. But all honours with the winner there, Therese, trained by Barb Joseph and Paul Jones. Jason Devermole, the winning rider. 4 second, Alone with You, very honest. She's never far away. And Agami 3rd, and officially 4th, number 2, Tides of Fortune.
We were race 2, and it changed complexion at the start, didn't it? There was 2 speed horses, Stolen Time, and it went up with the lids, so to speak, and that was left to Therese. She got a beautiful time in front, carved it out pretty well, 58.33. I don't think there's too much wrong with this track at the moment, but coming off that solid win at the Sapphire Coast recently, she was beautifully placed, and she won it in the first furlong. I didn't have to do too much on it to lead, and it was way too good. Alone with You sat behind it, just couldn't run it down. Well, they ran 33.8 the last 600. Flash in the Dark, it got back a fair way, just beaten by the mathematics there. And look, not a bad effort by Enagami, sat up on top of the speed, and it was a pretty fair effort as well. But all honours with the winner, and Barb Joseph. Therese, she's come back really well this prep, hasn't she?
She really has, Scorsy. She's, you know, she hasn't grown much. She's very small, but she's very strong. And yeah, we had a lot of trouble with the tying up over the couple of preparations, but this time she's been really good, and it's yeah, great.
Good to see. 3 wins from 20. There's a couple more left in her, Barb, on that win.
Well, I definitely think so. You know, she got scratched from Sydney last week, and she had a bit of a temperature, and you know, I don't know whether she's still got a chance now to go to the one up at Hawkesbury, or whether she's out of it now, is she, Paul? Probably won't. I think she was class 3 now, so yeah.
Might have to keep her at home, Barb.
Might have to, but anyhow, as long as I can get that Millborough Star going well after what you've said this morning, you're all going to cop it.
She's put the acid on me, the old boss here. Anyway, you got a few changes in the bit with a Barb.
Tongue tie. Yeah.
You took what did you take off her?
No, nothing. She probably had a tongue control bit on. Yeah, well, she used to hate the tongue, but I really think that she's choking her tongue back in the last 50 metres.
Well, I hope I'm wrong, Barb, and you're right. That's usually been the case for the last, about as long as I've known you. So, look, well done with Therese.
Thank you, anyhow. Thanks, of course. Yeah, very good for the owner and myself. Well, I'm in it as well. But very good for Howard.
Yeah, very good for everyone. Always great when you get a winner, Barb. And Jace Devermole, she's quick off the mark there, Jace.
Yeah, look, I think she's got a bit of natural ability. With the soft track and barrier one, she was hard to beat.
Mate, you think the track's a little bit soft there?
Yeah, I think it's got a bit of give in it. Yeah.
She likes it though, doesn't she, Therese?
Yeah, she's proved it time and time again, you know, on the soft tracks, and yeah, she won a good race.
Mate, things going good for you over there at Queanbeyan?
Yeah, Joe's on holidays at the moment.
Yeah. You running the show there, are you?
Yep, foreman and jockey.
Mate, you're doing a great job of both. Well done.
Thanks.
There we go, Jace Devermole, and a bit of a spray from Barb already about Melbourne Star there. LJ, 3-4-1-2, 58-33, and just too strong. Got it nicely in front. It was way too good. So that's the tail of the tape race 2 here in the nation's capital, LJ.